Greetings to you and yours. This is 2K Carrington Carlucci. Welcome to another edition of Premier Wrestling Alliance here on YouTube. We've got another action-packed edition, and we're kicking things off with Cody Blades and Josh Jackson making their way to the ring. We know that these two men are hungry for action and have been petitioning the office of our general manager to get some competition. I know they want a shot at the tag team titles. We'll have to wait and see exactly what happens.
I hate to disappoint all of the fans who greeted you so warmly, but you guys were not scheduled to appear tonight, to my understanding. Do you have something that you would like to address at this time? I wasn't informed that you had any interview time scheduled. What brings you out here?
That's exactly why we're out here, is because we're not on the card tonight. And we want to be out here to show what 4x Blades can do. So we'd like to ask Mr. Commissioner to come out here so we can get an explanation of why we cannot showcase our talent.
You're demanding the presence of the general manager, Nick Stevens. That's a very bold move.
We want you!
It is.
As the old saying goes, be careful what you ask for.
Your request has been granted.
Not with everything that this guy's been pulling here lately.
We want to know why we're on the card tonight. We'd like to showcase what we have to offer, Mr. Stevens.
Gentlemen, I am extremely busy running the premier wrestling event in all of Ohio. You have 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
That's
Make your
generous.
case, gentlemen.
We want to showcase what we have in tag team action tonight. Right now.
3,
They seem pretty certain. They think that they've got what it takes to get a victory tonight.
Well, Aaron, here, let me just tell you. Gentlemen, again, I am very busy running the premier wrestling event. And I'm sorry, but I have a little bit more talented people in the back to fill the event with. So again, I'm sorry, maybe next time.
That was completely
I'm
uncalled
sorry your
for.
request fell on deaf ears.
Cody and Blaze ain't leaving the ring till you bring them out.
It doesn't look like these gentlemen are going anywhere.
Open challenge. You got time.
Any tag team, bring them on out.
Really, you want any tag team?
Yeah.
You want a match tonight?
Yeah.
Who wants to see 4x Blaze in action tonight?
I do.
Sounds fairly unanimous to me, Mr. Commissioner, General Manager, sir.
General Manager, thank you, Aaron Hurt. Gentlemen, I have a solution. Cody, 4x4,
You're gonna fight each other.
y'all are gonna fight each other. One-on-one tonight. Actually, please ring the bell.
Gentlemen, this match starts right now. Nick Stevens, is that what you're saying?
Well, technically, 4x Blades did ask for competition, and they are a team, and they did say any team. So here we go. 4x Blades versus each other in our opening contest to kick off PWA here on YouTube.
Carrington Carlucci, honestly, I'm dismayed once again by the actions of Nick Stevens. This is highly dubious. If you were to ask my opinion, I mean, these two men came out here honestly petitioning for a match, and they have to fight each other just for the amusement of Nick Stevens.
Just shows you what a sick individual Nick Stevens is at heart.
I mean, it's not like these two men haven't, pushed each other in training and done drills and, grappling against one another, but not in a fully fledged match. And I expect they'll both be giving it their all, but I'm sure the crowd is split. Not quite sure how to respond to this. I'm somewhat unsure of how to respond to this, quite honestly.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not very often. But when we look at it from this particular perspective, this might be the only opportunity to answer the question, what if Cody Blaze and Josh Jackson got in the ring one-on-one?
And you saw Blaze take the bigger man Jackson over with the side headlock, but Jackson quite astutely reverses it into a pinning combination. Haven't seen any punches or any cheap shots or shortcuts taken, not that we expect too many of them. Again, big side headlock. Takes the 275-pounder off of his feet.
I noticed the smaller Blaze is using leverage and technique here in the early going.
He's quite deceptively strong. He might not come across with some of the, with the size of his partner and some of the other men that he faces in the ring, but, he's not a small man by any means. He certainly wouldn't be a cruiserweight.
Modified crucifix cover. I believe we only got a 1 count. And again, both men back to a vertical base. And as you said, a lot of sportsmanship still being displayed. But you kind of wonder, would this in the future maybe draw any kind of rift? And maybe that's what Nick Stevens is.
I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. But we'll have to see if, as we said, if this degenerates any further. From what we have right now, a very straightforward contest here, but it is unfortunate, I'm sure, for both of these men that they have to square off against each other instead of getting a shot at one of the more highly ranked tag teams.
And that has to be a disappointment.
Oh, big shoulder block cover. Sorry to cut you off, but almost had a quick end to this contest.
I was just going to say that has to be a disappointment in and of itself. Not only to have to wrestle their partner, but to not get a tag match to possibly get themselves ahead in the rankings in the tag team division.
Oh, collision. Mid-ring, both men down. I don't want to suggest that anything isn't on the level with these two guys, but I would expect that they're holding back simply on the basis of not wanting to injure the other man at the whim of Nick Stevens to give him even more satisfaction out of this situation. Reversal on the Irish Whip. Oh, tried to get got balanced on the corner, but still got the headbutt to the midsection. Very.
I was going to say, it looks like 4x4 is almost a little hesitant to follow up.
Oh, look at that. I don't know what happened. He was trying to come out of it with a backdrop, but...
Well, I think an inadvertent thumb to the eye there from Jackson.
And we've got something. Somebody's music. Oh, my...
This isn't going to go well.
I think that this tells us all we need to know about this situation. Bjorn from behind.
And the referee calling for the bell. This one's been thrown out.
Well, this is exactly what I was talking about. They knew that this was a setup. They had to have.
It was not a question of what was going to happen. It was just a question of when. And the what is Bjorn.
At least things didn't get too far out of hand between these two men, if there is any silver lining. But right now, they're both getting manhandled by Bjorn. Oh! But work together.
As any good tag team should. And Bjorn may be paying the price for his involvement in this match.
Well, these two men sort of got together on a common rivalry against Bjorn. Both men squared off against him in singles action, and they able to send him packing from the ring momentarily. Well, this is quite the situation we've seen here develop, all from the design of Nick Stevens. I don't know what this means going forward for any of these men, but for right now, 4x Blaze still standing tall in the middle of the ring.
Fans, we'll be right back in just a moment.
Hello, PWA fans. My name is Aaron Hurt, here to tell you all about how you can keep up with PWA online. Just search PWA Ohio on Facebook or on YouTube, or check out PWAOhio.com for all of the latest information about upcoming events, the latest videos and highlights of past events, and interviews with your favorite PWA wrestlers. So make sure that you like and follow all of those pages. That's PWAOhio.com, PWA Ohio on Facebook, and PWA Ohio on YouTube. And follow along with all of us here from Premier Wrestling Alliance, and we hope to see you at the PWA Arena very soon.
The faithful letting you know that you are back and watching PWA here on YouTube.
This
We thank you for joining us.
One fall with a 20-minute time limit.
And we're getting set for
Introducing
another
first, at a weight
exciting
of
matchup.
211 pounds from Zanesville, Ohio, Chase Ryan. Chase Ryan, pardon me. Once again, from Zanesville, Ohio, Chase Ryan.
Here's Chase Ryan making his way into the ring, a man of much controversy here of late here in the PWA, masquerading for months as the mysterious Mr. X. And now, back in the ring as the Chase Ryan that we all know. I won't say love, I'll leave that to your own personal opinion.
His opponent from Lancaster, Ohio. Please give a warm PWA Arena welcome to the real deal, Kevin Cruit.
And his opponent making his singles debut here in PWA. Kevin Cruit, of course, the son of the franchise player, Chris Cruit. And this young man's mettle certainly going to be tested in this matchup against Chase Ryan. I'm very interested to see how this youngster does against a real old school veteran like Ryan. Certainly looks pretty confident as he makes his way out. Looks to be in pretty good physical condition. Of course, trained by his father. So should be fairly familiar with the ins and outs of the squared circle.
Truly intriguing contest we have upon us here. Carrington Carlucci seeing the young prodigy here, the real deal Kevin Cruit, in his first one-on-one contest. We saw him make his debut Battle Royal on our last episode, and these two men fought back and forth. In fact, it was Cruit who eliminated Ryan. Now competing as Chase Ryan once again, no longer Mr. X or Chase the Chuck Wagon, whatever you want to call him. He clearly took issues with being one-upped by the youngster here, calling himself the real deal. We'll see if he can back that up, that moniker.
Well, as I have always said, at least right now anyway, it is one thing to say something, it is another to do.
Yeah, this would be an upset in anybody's book. Not just because this is Kevin Cruit's first match, but because Chase Ryan has this absolutely off-putting new attitude. Turned his back on the fans, turned his back on his former partner, Jimmy Fahrenheit. What motivated him, I'm not quite sure. I mean, it goes back to something that Nick Stevens told him a few episodes ago when he came back from an appendix injury. But there are many ways to go about it. He just got caught with a big belly-to-back suplex, a huge flurry of offense to start things off here. What do you think about Kevin Cruit?
Cruit looking awesome here in the early going, and let's just face it, Ryan is no slouch. He's not out there with some ham and egg or to steal an old antiquated pro wrestling catchphrase.
Oh, full head of steam, but got caught. Chase Ryan doesn't have many years on Kevin Cruit, but more than enough to give him an experience advantage. Stomps away. Chase Ryan, a former tag team champion with different partners throughout his term here in the PWA. We saw how
most of it?
it's been not like he did with Jimmy Fahrenheit, that's for sure.
I was just going to say, he has a track record, maybe.
And perhaps that's he wanted to. Oh, huge running boot, a face wash. Not to psychoanalyze the man, but perhaps he thought that he needed to strike first before getting betrayed by another partner. Whatever it is, it's out of character from the man I came to know and respect as a competitor. But nonetheless, he's still one of the most finely conditioned athletes on the roster. Got a vertical leap like nobody else in the locker room. Was a standout athlete in high school in Zanesville, and takes quite a bit of pride in that fact. But getting pounded on, mounted punches in the corner, crowd counting along with seemingly the new favorite here. Oh, big monkey flip.
Kevin Cruit being very impressive here in this matchup, Aaron.
Well, one thing I'm seeing that usually befalls young wrestlers earlier in their career is hesitation, is indecisiveness, and we're not getting any of that.
Cruit wrestling like a very well-oiled veteran.
But you saw Chase Ryan use that strength. Cruit came out of that turnbuckle, got clubbed in the back with a forearm. Oh, running knee strike on the button. That might have knocked the young man out. But he kicks out at 2, showing the resilience that runs in that Cruit bloodline. Chase Ryan definitely wants to get back on track after getting exposed and unmasked.
There's that vertical leap you alluded to with that beautiful on-point drop kick.
Like none other in the PWA, and he was a hair's breadth away from becoming U.S. champion. No matter the road he took to get there. But Kevin Cruit wants to start his career off with a victory.
I won't say it's an uphill battle, but he needs to start mounting some offense here against Ryan if he expects to be victorious.
Chase Ryan telegraphed that big boot. Cruit waited until just the right moment, ducks out of the way, cradles him, not able to get a pinning combination, but picks him up. Oh, big TKO.
This could be it. This could be a huge upset.
Oh, Chase Ryan wise enough to roll to the safety, the outside. What strength from the young man, the real deal, proven to be just that. I'm sure I'll hear from the franchise player about the momentary doubts I did express.
Ryan's hurt. He's on the outside. Where's he heading? Is he heading to the back?
I don't know. He might just decide that discretion is the better part of valor in this case. At the very least, milking all of the referee's 10 count, taking a breather. Cruit rolls to the outside, breaks the count. Not gonna take the count out victory. Wants to pin the man in the center of the ring. Oh, but being the second man in at the disadvantage just left an opening for Chase Ryan. Michinoku driver.
Dropped him right on the top of his head. Why isn't he following up
Spiked him
for a cover? I don't understand it, though.
Well, Cruit rolled away. I think he was trying to draw with the referee. Foot on the ropes, yeah.
That might have been Cruit's only saving grace right there.
Well, that shows you the ring awareness that this young man has developed at the embryonic stages of his career. Frustrated Chase Ryan. Clearly, many things frustrating this man as of late. Although still some of the fans behind him. PWA fans are nothing if not loyal. Although he's given, at least myself and many others who trusted him, many reasons to doubt that loyalty all the way back from the time we met him. But his lower back just met the canvas violently after that suplex. Floats over, makes a cover, but does not hook the leg.
That might be a wee bit of inexperience right there, Aaron Hurd.
Yeah, those are the things that only can come with ring time. Training, gym time does not prepare you for the real thing when the crowd is in full effect like it is here tonight in the PWA arena. When you have somebody like Chase Ryan giving you everything he's got and expecting the same from you. For a whole different world. He got here looking for the scoop. Oh, inside cradle. Small package, 1, 2, 3.
Cruit steals a victory. And a huge one.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Real Deal Kevin Cruit.
Chase Ryan definitely thinks it's an upset. We'll leave it to the pundits and the fans to weigh in on that, but what a great victory for Kevin Cruit in his debut match.
And I gotta say, he earned that one.
Oh, Chase Ryan visibly frustrated. I'm not gonna shed any tears for the man the way he's behaved. I think he got the better of himself in many cases in this match. Are we gonna see? We see an attempted display of respect.
That's just disgusting.
That's what this man has become. That's what Chase Ryan, what started out with such a banner year for him in 2018. 2018 ends with a new man on the horizon in Kevin Cruit. What to say about the match that we just saw, but a big victory for Kevin Cruit in his debut singles match. Some may call it an upset. You know that Chase Ryan is going to be seething about the loss that he just suffered. But we don't have much time to dwell on that, fans, because we have to take another break. And when we come back, we've got something very special, promises to be very unique for all of you. We'll just leave it at that. You come back and check it out after this. PWA fans, Aaron Hurd here with you. If you like what you are seeing on YouTube, then don't miss the opportunity to see the action live and in person. The first Saturday of every month at the PWA Arena, 737 Slocum Avenue in Lancaster. Premier Wrestling Alliance is in action, plus select dates in towns near you. Check out PWAOhio.com for tickets for not just the arena events, but all events. Arena events start at $5. And that's PWAOhio.com for all of your ticket information.
Welcome back to the PWA and the debut of a brand new segment here on PWA on YouTube. And here to tell you all about it is the two known as Vicious and Delicious.
Now, L.A. Cordova and Morgan Taylor out here to address the fans. Much to their delight, as you can hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an exciting night and an exciting time for all of you here in the Premier Wrestling Alliance. Because this is the start of a brand new era, brought to you in part by L.A. Cordova and gorgeous Morgan Taylor, Vicious and Delicious. Now, what you are witnessing is the very first episode of the most entertaining thing that the PWA has to offer.
Ladies and gentlemen, gorgeous Morgan Taylor, L.A. Cordova, Vicious and Delicious would like to welcome you to the first ever episode of the #1 talk show, not just in the PWA, but in all professional wrestling. You want to tell them what the name is? What's it called? Tell them what it's called.
The Dish with Vicious and Delicious! Now, some of our close friends call it The Dish with Vish and Delish, but we'll leave it up to you guys to decide.
This is going from bad to worse in a hurry. These two look like they just got kicked out of a Holiday
ladies
Inn
and gentlemen,
cocktail
let's
lounge
make
for
one thing
refusing
clear.
to tip.
This show is going to revolutionize the PWA and professional wrestling. So this first episode is going to go down in the history books. That being said, we had to ask ourselves, who should be our first guest on The Dish with Vicious and Delicious? We thought, hey, LA Cordova, he's a Hollywood star. He's got connections in Hollywood. We could have celebrities. I have friends in high places myself. High places. But then management comes down and says that for our first episode, we have to have the PWA Tag Team Champions.
Well, this should be quite interesting.
So without further ado, the PWA Tag Team Champions, LA Cordova, Gorgeous Morgan Taylor, Vicious and Delicious.
What are these two morons talking about?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they
That's
got
right,
the tag
baby.
team titles.
That's right.
They lost those belts to the Crazy Hillbillies. We saw it right here on this
Now,
program.
You people, you stupid, ignorant hillbillies here in Lancaster, Ohio, may be wondering, how can you guys be the tag team champions?
You might be thinking to yourself, we were all there. We were at the Fairfield County Fairgrounds. We saw one Crazy Hillbilly pin you to the mat. 1, 2, 3. Let me tell you something. You were all wrong.
Was it an optical illusion?
These guys
What
are
you
delusional.
witnessed was not a defeat of Vicious and Delicious. It was a highway robbery. You see, when the Hillbillies pinned us in the ring, when Juan Crazy Hillbilly pinned us in the ring, Juan Crazy Hillbilly was the illegal man. Now, I don't mean he was the illegal man in the ring. Juan Crazy Hillbilly was illegal in this country.
Now, an anonymous tip was made. Anonymous tip was made to the Department of Homeland Security. And we will no longer, ever see one Crazy Hillbilly again. I regret to inform all of you that one Crazy Hillbilly is gone. But you can all look forward to the beautiful moments that LA Cordova
What are they
and
talking
Gorgeous
about?
Morgan Taylor
Anonymous
will
phone
continue
call.
to bring you with the dish, with Vish and Delicious.
And that's because we went straight to the top.
This might be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard from this duo.
Well, you know, they didn't pull this off by themselves. Fans, we'll have more on this later. Hello, PWA fans. My name is Aaron Hurt, here to tell you all about how you can keep up with PWA online. Just search PWA Ohio on Facebook or on YouTube, or you check out PWAOhio.com for all of the latest information about upcoming events, the latest videos and highlights of past events, and interviews with your favorite PWA wrestlers. So make sure that you like and follow all of those pages. That's PWAOhio.com, PWA Ohio on Facebook, and PWA Ohio on YouTube. And follow along with all of us here from Premier Wrestling Alliance, and we hope to see you at the PWA Arena very soon.
This next match is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit, and it is for the PWA United States Championship. Introducing first the challenger, at a weight of 185 pounds from the 614 Columbus, Ohio, Jeffrey John.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the PWA here on YouTube. And it is time for your main event, the United States Championship on the line. As Jeffrey John makes his way to the ring, the challenger for this matchup. I need to say, this young man has been talking about opportunity, and now he finally has it. Let's see what he does with it. And apparently he's not alone, bringing the massive Mastiff with him out here to this particular matchup. And I gotta say, if you're gonna have backup, Mastiff Not a bad guy. But you know that Jeffrey John, and now having this large man with him as his backup, doesn't bode well for the United States champion, Tommy Forte.
And his opponent, weighing in at 256 pounds, coming to us from Green Bay, Wisconsin, he is the PWA United States champion, Tommy Forte. The only thing we have to fear is Tommy Forte.
And here comes the United States champion, Tommy Forte, to defend his title against Jeffrey John. And this should be a great matchup, Aaron Hurd.
Absolutely, and many, many topics to address here. First of all, the presence of Mastiff. We saw the congregation, if you will, of Mastiff and Jeffrey John emerge on our previous episode at the expense of Jason Andrews, much to his misfortune. And now you see him out here seconding Jeffrey John. That could prove to be the edge in this matchup. Not to take anything away from Tommy Forte, who was the last man eliminated in the Battle Royal to declare a new #1 contender for the heavyweight championship. Of course, that man being Outlaw Tony James.
And as we spoke about the Battle Royal a moment ago, we don't know exactly how visually impaired. We know Tony James really worked on Tommy Forte's eyes at the end of that Battle Royal. We'll have to see if there's any ill effects as he defends the United States title in this matchup.
Well, that is the responsibility of the United States champion to defend the title on a very regular basis, and one of the top contenders, clearly Jeffrey John. In just a short time since he emerged back at Red, White, and Bruised, he has made a name for himself.
Stuck here in the side headlock though in the early going, and if I was Tommy Forte, I would keep this very slow. That way I can wrestle my opponent and keep an eye on Big Mastiff outside.
Absolutely. Nice takedown there. Yes, Forte with the obvious strength and power advantage, weight advantage, needs to use that to keep John locked up in a hold like this on the mat, but Mastiff
already paying dividends. You see he was pushing the rope in so Jeffrey John could reach it a little bit easier, and I don't think referee John Long caught it.
Didn't appear to. Perhaps if he did, he simply just warned the man.
Tommy avoiding the hookup and going right in for the standing armbar.
Very sound strategy here. And yes, as he said, very deliberate, not to giving any openings to his opponent or taking any major risks so far. This has got a 45-minute time limit on it. He can take all the time he needs to break the man down.
And notice when he took him down in a position to where he could keep his eyes on Mastiff. He did not turn his back to him at all.
That is going to be the key factor in this. Is if he loses focus on the man outside the ring, if that comes back to haunt him, so to speak. Because Mastiff is not there just to take in the scenery. From behind, yeah.
Right there. Tommy Forte taking his attention away from Jeffrey John. John seeing the opening and going right in for the attack.
Grinding that forearm right across the bridge of the nose. Tommy Forte's had broken noses in the past. Choking him on the middle ring rope. Mastiff putting a bad mouth on him in the process, getting right in his face. Oh, and again with the referee's back turned.
This is why that sometimes, especially in championship matches, there ought to be a second official outside the ring assigned.
And many have advocated for that. But unfortunately for Tommy Forte, he's going to have to rely on senior official Johnny Long to keep things under control. Up, running boot, big face wash there. Takes the man to the center of the ring. Not enough body on body to keep Tommy Forte down for a count of 3, however.
And I don't think he's wore Tommy Forte. There's a lot of gas left in the tank of the champ right here already.
Oh, absolutely. Although it behooves John to try to quicken the pace and put Forte away as quickly as he can, take advantage of whatever maneuvers he may be able to connect with effectively, as Tommy Forte's in it for the long haul. This is a man perhaps just now reaching the peak of his wrestling career with his holding of the United States Championship, and he just took that big knee to the midsection.
Jeffrey John with a very solid game plan, it appears that he's staying with here.
Oh yeah, got the champ reeling, got him down, connects with that knee drop off the top, but pushed off at the count of 2 by the U.S. champion. John getting a little cross with the referee here, arguing about his count, needs to focus on his opponent. Again, back to the midsection with those knees.
Another knee, a Mr. Wrestling number 2 like knee lift, catching Tommy Forte and dropping into the canvas.
Quite proud of himself, getting some accolades from his second Mastiff. Johns has showed quite a bit of moderation in the pace of this match. He's taken control and tried his best to hold on to it, not doing anything too risky either.
Well, I think Jeffrey John knows that he's been talking about opportunities for a long time from our general manager, and when he finally gets an opportunity, he's not going to do anything to jeopardize it if he can.
It might be
suplex is probably.
I was going to say his opportunity might be at an end. He did the deal, big Falcon Arrow. That might be it right there. Credit where it's due to Jeffrey John for kicking out, took the big running boot, took that flurry of offense from Tommy Forte, that surge of adrenaline, got him right back into things here in this match.
I think at this point, Aaron Hurd, it's a pick'em.
Yeah, I think that you see Forte favoring the lower back. I think the next high-impact maneuver is the one that makes the difference here. Oh, struggles to get the man up.
Thought maybe he was looking for a snake eyes and got an eye.
Yeah, rake of the eyes by John. Drives Forte into the turnbuckle.
Come on, referee. Mastiff's not even a part of this matchup.
Nobody home. Forte. Big Uranage. That looks to be it.
Huge win for Tommy Forte.
Your winner and still the PWA United States Champion, Tommy Forte.
Great victory for Tommy Forte in our main event here tonight. Retains the United States Championship against Jeffrey John and Mastiff. Definitely played his part in this match.
It wasn't pretty, but Tommy Forte got the job done, Aaron Hurd.
And that will do it for this edition of PWA. We'll be back to wrap things up here in just a moment. Thank you for joining us, fans.
So many topics of conversation that we leave you with here tonight, fans. Tommy Forte retained that United States Heavyweight Championship in a hard-fought match with Jeffrey Johns. Mastiff paid a few dividends with his support, but not enough to get the job done tonight. Forte still walking out holding that United States Championship. But what is there to say about this scheme that Vicious and Delicious are trying to pull? They claim to be the tag team champions. You know that Nick Stevens is behind this in some form or fashion. Well, we'll just have to see what we can find out about that and tell you about it in future episodes, fans, because for now we're going to have to sign off. But we want to thank you for joining us on YouTube. Come back for more editions of the program right here. Click that bell icon so you are notified as soon as they become available. Find out what's happening at the next PWA event coming to a town near you at Facebook. Also get exclusive highlights and interviews there. And then you can get your tickets and find out all sorts of other information at pwaohio.com. So once again, for
everyone here at PWA, my name is Aaron Hurt, and we'll see you again next time.